Hi everyone, David Maley from Tech Know How, and another amazing video for you today on Excel and concatenating items, but we're not going to use the concat function or concatenate functions. So let me show you how to do this. And I'll show you why you'd want to know how to do this. So right here we've got clothing sales. I've got items like hats, pants, shoes, shirt, socks, belt, tie, sneakers, different types of sneakers, boots, jacket, and zip-up hoodies. I've got item numbers for them. I've got them by group, accessories, footwear, clothing. I've got them by count, how many items sold, the amount they sold for, and the amount of profit per item. That's the given. Now, the stuff in the gray box here, I'm going to show you right now. So that's combo 1, 2, and 3. And what this is, I'm first going to go and take E2, which is the hat, and E2, right? So E2 is the amount. And if we take those two together, and if I just do it like this, equals A2 ampersand E2, I get both, but it's ugly. It's hat 15 as a text field. See that right there? Pants 41, shoes 40, no space between them. It's ugly. So the next column over, combo 2, let's take a look at that. I've got what looks like the same thing, but it's got a space, a dash, and a space. How do we do that? Right here. So instead of 1 ampersand, we've got 2, and in between them, I've got 2 quotation marks with a space on either side inside it, and a dash, and that does this. So that's a little bit better. But the problem is that looks like number of items. To me, if I'm looking at it, it looks like I've sold 15 hats when I really don't want that because E is the amount. So I want this to be, say, hat, dash, and then I want a dollar sign. I want this in currency format, right? So I want combo 3. Look at this. So I've got that here. How did I get this? So let's take a look at this and see. So it's a little bit complex, but not really. So you've got equals A2, same as before, hat, right? And then we've got ampersand. We've got the dash inside of the quotation marks, right? And ampersand. But then what we do is this little bit of difference. We've got ampersand text. We're using the text formula. And text formula has 2 inputs, right? You have the field you're bringing in this case is E2, which is there in red or orange color. And then the format that you want. Now, this is not something you need to memorize here, this format right here, or this right here. What you do is you just go into Google Chrome, and you can just type in text function Excel, and you'll come up with this. There's the first page you'll find is support page for Microsoft, and it tells you right on this page how the text function works, and most importantly, the formulas you're going to use right here. So this is the first one on here is currency, right? So this is what I use, just this right there. Just copy that and paste that in. The second part, obviously the first part is going to be either a number, but in this case we're using a field for amount. And you could use other things here. That's how that works. That's where I get that from. So back to here, that's where this, so if you look at this, remember we did A2 ampersand, right? Then we've got the quotation marks, the dash, and 2 spaces in between it. And then we've got the end part, which is exactly what I told you, the ampersand text function of E2, which is the amount, comma, and then this right here, which is exactly from that Microsoft page on the text function. And that gives you this. So just hit enter and see how they all look. And then you can just carry it down. For any of these, you just carry it down the row, just like that. Now, the thing is these are all correct in how I want that, but can I add these together? So look below them. For all these, whether it be A2 ampersand E2, this one with the dash in between, or this one with the dash in the text, the problem is if I sum up this column, what do I get? 0 each time. I get 0. So how do I get a sum of this? How can I sum these up? So if we look at this, all I've got here is I put, instead of one of these, because you don't know what it's going to be all of them together, I put all clothing in brackets, just like that. Then I put the ampersand. And I put the dash like I had above, okay? And then after that, I put, instead of just text of a field, right? So before we had text function E2, then we had the comma, and then the currency formatting part here. This time I'm adding in there the summation of E2. to E13, which is this right here. So by doing that, now I hit enter and I have all of the clothing, see that? Dash and the sum of all these numbers, which comes from E2. And that's what you want to have. So it's a little bit of extra bonus there to show you how to make it work, how to get a concatenated field that describes things, plus be able to add it up and summarize it just like this. Hope you found this interesting and informational. This is very helpful in analytics, maybe not so much in data science because they tend to use Python and R and other ways of doing this. But in analytics, for people that are using a lot of Excel, this is a great way to be able to manipulate your data, show your data, describe it, especially if you've got some very arduous data that you want to be descriptive on, like here, and you want to know exactly, okay, instead of having to, like if you've got a ton of columns and having to go back and forth and say, well, what row is this, and highlight that line and say, okay, that's that amount. Instead, you just bring over tie, just like this, and it's $15. And then you can summarize it all right here if you needed to. Hope you found this helpful and informational. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share, and have a great day. Thanks.